Well, Doug and Tracy, it was hard to walk away from this one without a lump in your throat. It was a very touching memorial service, and you really get an idea of just how many people are affected by this massacre. But today's memorial service didn't just touch the men and women involved and their families.
Amazing grace, how sweet.
The outpouring of support and sympathy for the lives lost has touched everyone in the U.S. Army and those who support their mission. People came from within and from outside this post. It's estimated that more than 15,000 people came to pay homage to the 3 women and the 10 men who were shot and killed at the hands of a gunman who allegedly came from within their own ranks. As the Lieutenant General pointed out today, they ranged in age from 19 to 62. Together, the 13 killed had 19 children, and 1 had a child on the way. Their families were here in sorrow and spent private time with President Obama before the service. Fort Hood soldiers and the Central Texas community came to show their respects.
The violence that led to the deaths of these 13 Americans and the wounding of dozens of others was unimaginable. It was a kick in the gut.
It may be hard to comprehend the twisted logic that led to this tragedy, but this much we do know. No faith justifies these murderous and craven acts. No just and loving God looks upon them with favor. For what he has done, we know that the killer will be met with justice in this world and the next.
Now, General George Casey said today that what happened here Thursday will affect Fort Hood for a very long time to come. Today at 5, we will have an emotional tribute to the survivors and to those who died. Live at Fort Hood, Stephanie Lucero, CBS 11 News. Victoria says she tried to stop the man who broke into her home to rape her, but he had already unloaded her gun. And even though police have her attacker's DNA, the uptown serial rapist has never been caught.
I want so bad for him to be caught, for me and for the other girls that were involved and were attacked.
It's been nearly 4 years since Victoria was sexually assaulted, and now she wants to help others. She's hoping to play a role here as an educator at Texas Health Presbyterian's new 3,000 square foot suite inside its emergency room. It will be called the W.W. Caruth Jr. Center for Safe Healing. It's exclusively for rape victims. There are exam rooms, family areas, and secure areas to store evidence.
Physical evidence is the most important part of the police department's perspective regarding the examination process. However, we know there's lots of other things that will help us pursue this criminal case because of the caring people that they have here.
This is one of only 2 hospitals in Dallas County that have this, a rape kit. This is a tool that nurses use to collect evidence after someone has been sexually assaulted. Lauren Larkin and 9 other nurses at this hospital have received extensive training in how to gather evidence and provide compassionate care. They are called SANE, Sexual Assault Nurse Examiners.
So many people focus just on the evidence, but it's far beyond the evidence.
It doesn't erase what happened that night, but it definitely helps to get on the right road to healing a lot faster.
In Dallas, Stephanie Lucero, CBS 11 News.
And we are joined now by Victoria, the sexual assault survivor you just saw in Stephanie's story. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's really important. And I want to know, what does this center opening to you? Does this have meaning to you? What does it mean?
Absolutely. It just means that finally Dallas has a choice.
And speaking out about it in each little scenario here gives you your power back a little more, doesn't
and
it?
you guys were the first people I talked with, Stephanie. And when I did that, it was tremendous.
It's like casting a light back, and you don't have to hide in the darkness anymore. So important. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Got parents here at Tidwell Middle School, Jason, are concerned. We're talking about that book that was written by an 8th grader here called Killing Children. And the parents say that they are now talking about possibly going to the state, to Austin, to lodge their complaints there. And they're also talking about having their children leave their classrooms en masse when they do not feel safe. Well, parents say that they are planning more protests because the Tarrant County District Attorney decided not to press charges against an 8th grader who wrote that book. The prosecutor's office says that the matter is over because no crime was committed. Well, the parents say their children are afraid, and some have given their children permission to leave their classes, those that share a class with the student.
Give our children a chance to learn without feeling fear. It's not right that so many kids should suffer for the sake of one child.
Well, the parents are demanding that this 8th grader be put in another school, that he leave this campus. And last month I talked to the father of that 8th grader, and he said that his son has no intention of harming anyone. Live in Fort Worth, Stephanie Lucero, CBS 11 News.